We're live.
Chase, did you get that? I have it. Did you touch it? I have it.
Great. So me, James, and Evan have to leave at 6:15. So if our you're not done. Just me and James are leaving at 6:15. If our bill doesn't come up before then, will you speak about it?
Yeah. Or you. Yeah, how does it run?
I don't want to know. If things go well, I don't want to.
Well, he no longer likes me, so if it goes well, try to pass it by acclamation.
I'll make dates.
Thank you.
Then it's next week.
Yes, ma'am. The volume was on. I just turned it off.
Oh, that would be why I can hear.
Yes.
The 108th Senate will come to order. We're going to have a moment of reflection followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Members and guests will please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to be led by Senator Sobelman.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Senator Hungerpiller.
Yes, I'd like to move to confirm Kayla Revel as the senator to take the vacant seat for the College of Engineering.
There has been a motion for Kayla, can you pronounce the last name again? Revel to be seated as a senator in the College of Engineering and Computing. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Senator, you may come forward to take your oath.
You're going to tilt just a little bit. Okay. So raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Kayla Revel,
Do solemnly pledge
do solemnly pledge
to faithfully execute the office of Student Body Senator,
office of Student Body Senator,
to abide by the Student Government Constitution,
to abide by the Student Body Constitution,
to uphold the Carolinian Creed,
to uphold the Carolinian Creed,
and to represent my constituents to the best of my ability.
and to represent my constituents to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
The clerk will call the roll.
Senators Alduino,
Here.
Bailey, Marcenas, Bass,
Present.
Bradley, Childs, Dodge,
Present.
Hayden, Balls, Farrell,
Present.
Flintham, Hatchin, Helms, Hensley, Holgate, Howell, Hungerpiller, Jackson, Christina Johnson, Kendra Johnson, Langston, Langford, Lesson, Llewellyn, Little, McFarland, Miskin, Moran,
Present.
Murphy, Newman, Wen, O'Reilly, Owen, Parker, Rakowski, Revel, Robinson, Rodwell, Rogers,
Roxy.
Selesky,
Present.
Sobelman,
Here.
Sprouse,
Present.
Stewart, Teal,
Present.
Toller,
Present.
Trask,
Present.
Wallem, Ward, Wolf,
Present.
John.
Present.
Quorum is present, so we'll proceed with session. Senator Helms,
I move to hear SBL 10831.
there has been a motion to hear SBL 10831. Is there a second?
Second.
Without objection, we are now in line for SBL 10831. Senator Helms, you may step forward.
Hey everybody, so this is the resolution to honor Abigail Pate as Athlete of the Week for April 3rd. I'm just going to read it really quick. It says, whereas Abigail is the captain of the University of South Carolina's equestrian team, she received the honor of All-American for horsemanship. She was a 36 honoree from the University of South Carolina. She has a record of 10-4-1, leading the team with individual victories for the season, as well as she was the first Gamecock to be selected for the All-American SEC Championship team for the horsemanship. And for now, I yield for questions if you have any.
Senator Helms yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none.
And now I move to previous question.
There has been a motion to previous question. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of passing SBL 10831, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. SBL 10831 passes. Senator Helms,
I move to allow Abigail Pate and her family.
there has been a motion to suspend the rules to allow Abigail Pate to come forward and accept her resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Without objection, so ordered. You can see the board and take a quick picture. So on this side.
Sorry.
Congratulations. Senator Toller,
I move to hear SBL 10832.
there has been a motion to hear SBL 10832. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? My apologies. The ayes have it.
Hey everyone, this is the resolution to recognize the individuals who received the leadership pin last week. Just real quick, I'll go through it. A resolution to recognize students with excellent leadership at the University of South Carolina. Whereas in 2016, the University of South Carolina student government continued the tradition of presenting student leadership pins to recognize those who excel in a variety of leadership roles. Whereas leadership is a key quality that embodies the spirit of a student at the University of South Carolina. And whereas excellence in leadership is determined not by title, but by inspiration, involvement, passion, and initiative. And whereas the following students are exceptional representatives of what it means to be a leader: Ross Abbott, Ryan Anderson, Michaela Baker, Austin Brown, Aaron Brown, Nicholas Kaufman, Danielle Despodo, Cassie Froh, Daniel Glover, Lee Goebel, Hunter Harley, Kennedy Hayes, Jonathan Holt, Diana Inzerillo, Davion Johnson, Laura Kaminsky, Jackie Carlson, John Keeney, Jake Loritzen, Logan LeBron, Caitlin McClamrock, Jessica Parker, Venetia Pendergrass, Mackenzie Price, Trevor Priolo, Nick Santa Maria, Grant Torr, Michaela Waller, Lauren Woodruff, and Grace Zimmerman. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Student Senate that we recognize individuals awarded the leadership pin for their determination to make a difference in the community, the USC student body, and those that they lead. And that we further encourage all students to partake in a leadership experience while at Carolina to apply for the student government pin in the future. And at this time, I will yield for questions.
Senator Toller yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none.
At this time, I move for previous question.
There has been a motion to previous question. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. SBL 10832 passes.
At this time, I move to suspend the rules to allow the recipients to come and accept a copy of the resolution.
There has been a motion to suspend the rules to allow the recipients to come forward and accept the resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Also, if you are a member of the Leadership Pin Committee, you may also come forward to take the picture.
Especially when we're like.
Can y'all get kind of like closer just a tad bit? Yeah. Yeah.
Good job, Erin.
Just need to- yeah. Okay, some more on this side. You guys can come in this way.
You do.
All right, cool.
Senator Jackson. There has been a motion here, SBL 10834. Is there a second?
Second.
Without objection, so ordered.
Hi guys, I just wanted to briefly read over the resolution. It was introduced by Senators Jackson, Childs, Bailey, Johnson, and Rogers. A resolution to commend Rodolfo Miller for his advocacy of multicultural affairs. Whereas Rodolfo Miller serves as the programming coordinator and historian of Theta Nu chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Whereas Mr. Miller is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society and the former public relations chairman of AAAS. And whereas Mr. Miller has also received honors for making the Dean's List every semester while in college and was recognized as the brother with the highest GPA in the South Carolina district and Southern region of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Student Senate that we recognize this individual for his remarkable academic achievements and his leadership through service to our multicultural organizations. That we applaud him for his commendable representation of this great university and his effort to demonstrate the characteristics of a true Carolinian. And be it further resolved that upon this passage, blase, 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 I yield for questions.
Senator Jackson yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none.
I move to previous question.
There has been a motion to previous question. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
I move to suspend the rules to allow RJ Miller to come and take pictures and be recognized, as well as my Multicultural Affairs Committee.
There has been a motion to suspend the rules to allow the recipient of the resolution to come forward. Is there a second? All
Second.
those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Congratulations.
I'm like just a little
Yeah,
bit
because it's
closer.
light.
Yeah, contact's okay. It's love. Beautiful.
Seeing no other motions, we will now proceed with the calendar. Is there a motion to approve the journal of April 13, 2016 found online? Senator Newman has motioned. Is there a second?
Second.
Without objection, so ordered. We're now in line for general orders, beginning with reports from committee chairmen. The chair recognizes Senator Toller of the Rules Committee.
Just a real quick update from rules. If you guys are at all interested in the Summer Advisory Committee, please reach out to me. This is the committee that will meet over the summer to just discuss student government matters. We will compile a report monthly and then send it out to the other senators who are not able to attend. To be qualified for this, you need to be available in Columbia the majority of the summer. This year, I'm only going to meet once a month with you guys. So as long as you can make a meeting once a month, probably in like the third week of the month, then feel free to reach out to me and sign up to be on the committee. Is there any questions about the committee that I can answer for you?
Senator Toller yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none. Thank you very much, Senator Toller.
Thank you.
Further report.
No, that's fine.
All right. The chair recognizes Senator Stewart of the Academics Committee.
Hey guys, so I have some really exciting news. The Classroom Improvement Project survey was finalized today and it's going to go live tomorrow. So I'm going to request that all of y'all, it's going to be on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's also going to be emailed out on the weekly USC email. So I'm going to request that all of y'all would tweet it, retweet it, subtweet it, share it on Facebook, post it on your Instagram. If it's going to like down your Instagram likes or whatever, you can delete it after tomorrow. It'll be fine. So yeah, just get it out there. Tell all your friends to fill it out. I'm going to email y'all the link in the group so y'all will all have it. But yep, that's all I have to report. I move for questions.
Senator Stewart yields to questions. Seeing none, thank you very much. All you subtweeters out there, here's your chance now. The chair now recognizes Senator Murphy of the Environmental Affairs Committee. Excuse me, Senator Helms of the Athletics Committee. How could I forget, please?
Hey guys, so just a quick update. We finally got approval on Athlete of the Week shirts. So I just put in the order for those yesterday. So hoping to get those to everyone who's gotten their Athlete of the Week thing before the end of the semester is the goal. Ross had a meeting or talking with Ray Tanner, and he really likes the idea. We're working on trying to get it Athlete of the Week posted on Gamecocks Online, which is the athletic page. That's been pretty cool. Oh yeah, and then I went to a staff meeting yesterday, which is Student Athletic Advisory Committee, and talked with them. They picked the t-shirt design. They all seemed really excited about it, and kind of like a competition between each other. They said they were going to nominate themselves. So I was kind of excited about that, but they were trying to figure out who was going to win it more times than the other person. So that was good, but if you have any questions, I'll yield.
Senator Helms yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. The chair now recognizes Senator Murphy of the Environmental Affairs Committee.
Hi, everybody. So we didn't have much to talk about at our last meeting because both of the resolutions we presented got passed by acclamation at the last Senate meeting. So that was really cool. We kind of just talked about our goals for the fall and the rest of the term and went over the legislation that we've passed so far. So some of the things we're looking at for next fall are increasing recycling bins on high traffic areas of campus and promoting the Blackout for Sustainability Day that I talked about a little earlier on in the semester. So further, I guess I yield for questions.
Senator Murphy yields to questions. Are there any questions? Senator Sobelman?
Is the blackout for, is that like you turn off lights or you wear like black clothes?
So we're still in the process of planning it. It'll be both. The goal is for it to be both. So you wear black to raise awareness about the cause. We're trying to partner with Eco Reps. So the day will come at the end of their No Impact Week in November. But yeah, the idea will be you'll wear black to raise awareness and you'll try to use as little electricity and water as possible that day. So I yield for further questions.
Senator, further yields. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chair now recognizes Senator Senator Holgate of the Finance Committee.
Good evening, everybody. We had a pretty brief meeting this week. We heard 2 dialogues. Nothing very special to report there, but we are not having a meeting this Friday. So for anyone that wasn't clear, that was our final meeting. And then for anyone interested, I hate to do the same thing over and over again every week, but we would still like a few more people. If any parties are interested, we will reconsider the time if that is constraining you from joining the Finance Committee. So just reach out to me. As you know, my contact information is in the group meeting. And, that's it. I yield for questions.
Senator Holgate yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. Chair now recognizes Senator Wallen, a representative thereof of the Judiciary Committee.
Hey guys, unfortunately Worth had a family death and he's not able to be here today, so ask all of you to please keep him in your prayers. We had no legislation referred to us, and the Judiciary Committee is still awaiting the new codes to be handed to us, so until then we have really nothing to report. We will have committee meeting tonight following Senate, so yield to questions.
Senator Teal yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. Senator, the chair recognizes Senator Jackson of the Multicultural Affairs Committee.
Good evening again. When we met, we only just talked about the resolution that was referred to our committee, which of course got passed today. So we're so excited. That's our first and last of this term, well, the end of the semester. And only thing we're working on now is goals for the fall and just to continue to push and so we can be active and make things happen. But besides that, that's all that we talked about. So I do yield for questions.
Senator Jackson yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chair recognizes Senator Hungerpiller of the Powers and Responsibilities Committee.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day today. Really, I don't have much to tell you. We only have one piece of legislation referred to us, SB 10832, and we found it to be favorable. It was recognizing all those who were recipients of the leadership pin, and we've been having constructive conversations about cabinet nominees with President Partis and his administration. And with that, this is our last regular Senate meeting. So on behalf of the Powers and Responsibilities Committee, I hope all of y'all have a wonderful and safe summer. Have a good time, be safe, and be blessed. So with that, I have nothing else to say.
Can you please get that one live tweeted? I think the student body would enjoy that. Thank you, Senator Hungerpiller. We did not yield to questions. Chair recognizes Senator Farrell of the Safety and Transportation Committee.
Hey guys, so big thing that we've been working on this week. I've been talking a lot with SAVIP. We've been kind of like communicating back and forth. That's the sexual assault and violence intervention and prevention program that we just passed a resolution with last week. We're trying to table this Friday for their clothesline project, and also next Wednesday for Denim Day. So I will be sending out a Google Doc once we kind of get the time solidified. It'd be really great if we could have some senators kind of turn out for that, 30 minutes, an hour. I think that's just a really great way to get our face out to the school for such like a great cause and everything. What's really cool about Denim Day is we're actually going to be working with USC law enforcement, so that'll be really neat. So if you're interested, come talk to me after the meeting or just shoot me an email. But like I said, there should be a Google Doc coming out to you guys pretty soon about that. Other stuff, we're still working on walk home cocky ideas. Thinking about maybe kind of targeting freshman council more. And as far as next year, shout out to Senator Selesky for, he gave us a suggestion to try to get like a moped sign put on Green Street. So we think that's a great idea. So we are working on that. And also we've been working with Corey Alpert about Lead the Way and trying to get students bused to the polls next year. So it's just some stuff on our agenda, but that's it. And I yield to questions.
Senator Farrell yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. Chair recognizes Senator Bass of the Student Services Committee.
So, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great week. And so I'll keep this short. We didn't have any legislation referred to us as usual, which is kind of our committee, I guess. But we do have two bills on the table today, one on the first reading calendar, another one on the second one by Senator Miskin. And we'd really like your support on that. I'm sure you guys will like them. But besides that, the Secretary for Student Services could not be here today, so she still hasn't been sworn in to my knowledge, but President Parks and Vice President Lordo are taking care of that, I would imagine. So with that, I yield to questions.
Senator Bass yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. Thank you. We're now in line for a report from Freshman Council. Representative from Freshman Council is recognized. Seeing none, we are now in line for a report from the Residence Hall Association. Representative from RHA is recognized. Seeing none, we are now in line for a report from Constitutional Council. A member of Constitutional Council is recognized. Seeing none, we are now in line for a report from our student body treasurer, Stinson Rogers.
Hello, everyone. Just to give you guys an update on what I've been doing this week, I've been working hard on updating our website. There's a lot of information that's been super outdated. I found some information from 2012, not too sure why that was still on there. If you guys have any suggestions when it comes to the website, shoot me an email. I'll try to entertain those. I know right now that like our website, our layout is kind of outdated. We're in line to get it updated, but there's a process that the university is going through. Student Life, they just got theirs updated, so we're hoping that by the fall that our website is updated and looking good. Tomorrow, I have a conference call with Uber. We're trying to bring one of their Safe Ride programs here to the University of South Carolina. So we begin that dialogue tomorrow. With the budget, I asked Parks to veto the budget bill due to the fact that there was some information on there that doesn't pertain to Senate, that Senate kind of doesn't have any control over. Reiterate what Senator Holgate said. Hey, join the Finance Committee. Hey, we have a good time in there. It's fun. Hang out with me. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also yesterday, our VP had a birthday. So we got you a little something here. If you guys want to help me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ross. Happy birthday to you.
Halfway to 40, as they say.
Awesome. Congrats. With that, I'll leave you guys with this quote. Muhammad Ali once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said suffer now and live the rest of my life a champion." Would you guys have an exams coming up next week? Hey, you guys went through training, you suffered a lot, now it's time to live as a champion. Let's go out with a bang.
We are now in line for a report from the Student Body Vice President. Supervisor Nick Santa Maria is recognized.
All right, guys, not quite sure how to follow that, but we do have pretty cool. We have a press release coming out of the office, hopefully within the next week or so. So just a couple of big achievements that our office has accomplished since being inducted about a month ago. So we restructured the office staff to include the External Affairs division that's headed by me and 3 other people that have been working hard on all of our initiatives. Successfully ran our first 6 Senate sessions, so this is all thanks to you guys. 30 pieces of legislation, which is a record for this time in the history of Senate. So congrats to all of you. That's a really great job. On top of that, we have been working, we laid the groundwork for a comprehensive visitation program. So the executive officers are going to be visiting student organizations, and we're ready to roll that out in the fall. We've already started out. VP Lordo was at IRIS, I believe, last week, and then everyone's sort of winding down at the end of the semester, but we'll be hitting those hard come fall. On top of that, we've been collaborating with the Office of the Student Body Vice President to pursue a couple key different areas, including the Greek meal plan, diversity and inclusion initiatives, and campus transportation. We finalized the classroom improvement project, as Madison told you, so that's going to be going live to get us some real feedback on classrooms and facility spaces so we can write legislation and get that through for everyone here. And then we also have our resolution administration matchmaking program. So all the resolutions you passed last week, we've been working hard to match those with proper administrators, so that way your ideas are actually being heard and we can start conversations to actually have them come to fruition. On top of that, iPads are in, so this fall, hopefully, we will be 100% sustainable, be green, eco-friendly. Senator Murphy snapping back there. Aside from that, I believe that covers everything. I yield to questions.
Chief Advisor Nick Samaree yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. We're now in line for a report from Student Body President Michael Parks.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. Right from the get-go here, I want to say this time last week, if my demeanor, the way that I conducted my comments up here, weekly report, offended anybody, especially in regard to the Powers and Responsibilities Committee, I just want you guys to know, and as well as everybody else in the chamber to know, that it was not intended to be disrespectful by any means. Moving on, though, I'd like to share with you guys a couple things that came to my attention during the week with the administration that I shared with Cabinet last night. And all of us, all of us being leaders on this campus, I thought that I would share this with you. Cameron Howell, who is the university's Director of Strategic Planning, got together with me and shared basically the 5 goals that the university is trying to implement in the next 5 years. And these are very, very lofty, 30,000-foot type view goals for the future of the university, but nonetheless, I shared it with Cabinet last night and thought that I would pass it along to you guys as well. Goal number 1, University of South Carolina will offer superior academic and co-curricular experiences for its undergraduate and graduate students. The university will educate and graduate more students than ever before in its history, while continually strengthening the quality of the student experience and while designing curricula optimized to prepare USC students to lead as the 21st century's global economy demands. Goal number 2, assembling a world-class faculty. The University of South Carolina will hire top faculty with attention to institutional enrollment growth, disciplinary evolution, student demand, and economic trends. Goal number 3, spurring knowledge and creation. The University of South Carolina will further its status as an R1 doctoral university, characterized by, quote, the highest research activity, end quote, according to the Carnegie Classification of Institutions of Higher Education, by fostering increased scholarly activity among faculty, extending the university's service to the state, the nation, and the globe through unique discoveries, applications, and creations that further better the planet. 2 more goals, stay with me. Goal number 4, building inclusive and inspiring communities. University of South Carolina, Columbia will welcome all persons into university life inclusively and equitably. And goal number 5, ensuring and communicating institutional excellence. University of South Carolina, Columbia will extend its stewardship of the state of South Carolina, South Carolina's trust through excellence in overseeing the university's finances, infrastructure, physical plant, and administrative practices. So, like I said, those are very 30,000-foot type of ideas, but nonetheless, I feel like if you're a senator, if you're a member of executive cabinet and student government, those are things that you guys deserve to know going forward. Moving on to the president's budget hearings, I would like to give you guys a brief overview of this. So every single year, the president, this is Dr. Pastides, not me, sits down with executive staff the vice president levels from that basically run the university and goes over the budget for the next fiscal year. And so in regard to student affairs fee requests, I just feel that you guys should be aware of a lot of these, rising fees, because you need to take this back to your respective schools and share it with your constituents. So housing fees, and these are all not written in stone by any means. They have to be approved by the Board of Trustees. However, this is what has been requested. In terms of housing fees, there will be a weighted average increase of 3.79%. Student health fee, full-time increase of $6 per semester per student. So the Student Health Center here on campus has continued to expand service offerings while meeting the needs of a growing student population and more diverse needs through the health center. The Student 2020 demands requested an increase in mental health appointment availability, and this proposal will support additional capacity in the counseling center. So kind of in regard to the Vision 2020 protests earlier this year. The campus activity fee, which funds certainly a lot of things that we do here in student government, will have a full-time increase of $3 per student per semester. A wellness fee, full-time increase $4 per student per semester. Moving on to the Greek Village resident activity fee. By show of hands, does anybody in here live in the Greek Village? Yes, no, maybe so. Got you in the back. However, many of your constituents do, and I'd like to tell you about this. So the Greek Village resident activity fee, there is a proposed increase of $25 per semester per student. The fraternity and sorority community, 50% in the last decade. That's pretty significant growth for any community for that matter. Sorority chapters are approaching 400 members, routinely adjusting many of their operating practices to meet the needs of this mega chapter concept. Chapters are unable to find space on campus to meet the growing membership, and the proposed fee will support the training and programmatic needs of the Greek Village, subsequently establishing a fee equivalent to that which is currently assessed to all other campus residents. This one is going to be a hot topic of conversation. The Greek Village student fee, $250 per student living in the Greek Village per semester. This fee will provide funding for the debt service and operating expense associated with the development of a mixed-use parking garage facility for the Greek Village. I think that we're all familiar with the problems of parking that take place in the Greek Village, where many of our fellow students live. And so there currently is in the works is a project that will be provide parking as well as community space for Greek organizations to meet, hold chapters, hold meetings, that sort of thing. So in order to make that happen, it takes capital. And so the proposed fee is $250 per semester per student for those who reside in the Greek Village. So just a heads up on that. In case you guys didn't know, the University of South Carolina is a $1.4 billion entity. However, due to inevitable rising costs of utilities, every single year our utilities go up. We've got more students who go to school here. It costs money to keep the lights and the air conditioning running on a daily basis. The issue of tuition always going up every year is always a topic of discussion. And so due to ever rising costs of inflation, as well as ever rising utility costs, it's reasonable to expect a 2 to 4.5% increase in tuition for next year, which is pretty typical year in and year out. Moving on to more exciting stuff, I suppose. I'm sorry if I'm boring y'all. Cabinet update. I'd like to give you guys a brief update on a few cabinet secretaries who already have the ball rolling on some awesome initiatives. Danny Goodrue, who is our Secretary of Veterans Affairs, is already in the work of developing a U101 program for veterans when they enroll at U of SC. Zach Rogers, who is our Secretary of Community Outreach, has begun a survey with already over 250 participants that will be used in the creation of the Carolina Kickoff Marketing Program that I will be developing this summer with some other marketing experts. In terms of initiatives from my office, we're continuing to make incredible strides with Carolina Kickoff. Had another meeting with Carolina Productions today, taking it one day at a time, I suppose you could say, and we have formed a committee that is in between student government and Carolina Productions to make this event a reality. My Off Campus, which is something that was a part of my platform, which has been an app that has been in the development by 3 or 4 USC computer science students the last 2 or 3 months. What this is a way for you to rate your landlords, a way for us to rate our off-campus housing experiences to share with other USC students. And so we kind of have a beta phase of the app developed already, which is very exciting. Certainly many kinks to work out, I'll tell you that. but I was playing around with it earlier and it's made great progress. And so demo day, in fact, is this Thursday at the business school at 6:30 p.m. in the big auditorium. If you guys would like to come, this app will be presented along with some other ones if you'd like to come take a sneak peek, I suppose. In terms of formal communication submitted to Vice President Lordo over the last week. So on Friday, April 15th, last Friday, I requested Senate approval for an extension through September 14th to renominate the positions of Election Commissioner, Secretary of Campus Outreach, and Secretary of Greek Affairs. This requested extension is needed because student government operations, for the most part, cease during exam week, which is when the current deadline would fall, thus explaining the need to move it until the early part of the fall semester. I think it's understandable to conclude that no potential student applicant or student nominee for any of these positions, especially elections commissioner, could be reasonably expected to complete the interview and vetting process during exam period. We are all students and our academics do need to come first in this regard. I'd further like to stress how important it is and what a priority it is to me in my office to find the right fits for all of these positions. By no means do these positions need to be filled because the student government's codes say that they need to be filled. Well, they do need to be filled because the codes say so. But they need to be filled because these individuals are the face to our student body in their respective fields, and it's a priority to me. I would like it to be known, however, that I have renominated individuals for Secretaries of Government Relations, Greek Affairs, and Election Commissioner since that request for additional time was sent to Vice President Lordo, and I believe that vetting process should begin before the end of the week, hopefully so. We're presently faced with a situation very eerily similar to the previous election cycle. We're at risk of having an election commission not go into place until mid-September at the earlier, should no issues be found with any nominees. Now, by appointing an election commissioner this semester, student government avoids gridlock, as well as the accompanying perceptions surrounding such political gridlock in our student government system. My top priorities are abiding by our student government codes, but also ensuring that we have the right individuals for these remaining positions to serve our student body as a whole. I can definitively tell everybody in this chamber right now, and I promise you, I'm almost done here. This is, I'm sure, the longest address that probably I will give all year. It is in the best interest of this student body and this student government to confirm an election commissioner before the end of this semester. This is perhaps the most crucial position in student government, as it leads to the overall continuity of student government, to the passing of the torch to the future senators who will sit in the chairs that you're in right now, as well as in the chairs that Ross and Stinson and I sit in at this very time. Moving on to a very brief legislation update, Gamecock Reach, I was happy to sign that on the 14th. Stinson, thank you for explaining the budget issue. For some of you who may be wondering why the student body president vetoed the budget, I can tell you that the inclusion of Carolina CAB, the Readership Program, Freshman Council, and Election Commission funds being included into the legislation is unnecessary and doesn't need to happen. These are in different accounts that Student Life approves. Personally, we don't have any say as to how much money the Election Commission, the Readership Program, Carolina CAB operates on an annual basis. Those are student government programs, but we don't get to necessarily dictate how much Carolina CAB gets. Those are the folks downstairs. So, as well as the attendance policy legislation, which I signed this afternoon. So one last thing, one kind of cool thing is that there is a letter to Vice President Joe Biden that's currently sitting on his desk, in fact, in Washington, D.C., with our student government letterhead on it, inviting him to come speak on campus regarding the It's On Us campaign sometime next fall. Not sure if this is going to happen or not, but by all means, we're going to try to make it happen. The It's On Us campaign is obviously a huge national prerogative. It's something that Vice President Biden speaks around the country on at college campuses on almost a monthly basis. And there's no reason for him not to speak on this campus. And so that's something that we're going to be pursuing very heavily over the summer. I'm proud to say that I find the state of our student body to be stable. I find the state of our student body to be energized right now, especially the student government. And upon the conclusion of this semester, encourage everybody to study up for your exams. Know that the future is bright. Know that your 3 executive officers are here working hard, and we want to work with you. I surely do. Our future is bright. Our resolve is tenacious. And just like in elementary school. You remember on the last day of school when you would sign your yearbooks and everybody would write HAGS in the back of the yearbooks. People were writing that in my yearbook first, second, third grade. It probably took me to about middle school to realize what HAGS stood for. But have a great summer by all means. If you're in Columbia, please reach out to us. I'll be in the office several, 20, 30, 40 hours a week, as well as studying for this thing called the LSAT, which is going to be great. So thank you all. Looking forward to meeting with the Multicultural Committee after today, and I will conclude perhaps the longest monotone address this chamber has ever seen. At this time, I yield to any questions.
President Parks yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you, President Parks.
Thank you.
We are now. We are now in line for special orders of the Senate. Are there any petitions, appointments, applications, or other? The clerk will read.
A communication from the Office of the Student Body President, the veto of SBL 10827.
Is there a motion to override the veto? Seeing none, received as information. Continuing in special orders of the Senate, are there any petitions, appointments, applications, or other? The clerk will read.
A communication from the Office of the Student Body President requesting an extension to nominate cabinet positions.
This communication is referred to the Powers and Responsibilities Committee. Continuing in special orders of the Senate, are there any petitions, appointments, applications, or other? The clerk will read.
A communication from the Office of the Student Body President regarding the appointments of his cabinet members. Elections Commissioner Monty Valapapura.
This is referred to the Judiciary and Powers and Responsibilities Committee.
Legislative Action Network Director Natalie Pito.
This is referred to the Powers and Responsibilities Committee.
Secretary of Government Relations Natalie Pito.
This is referred to the Powers and Responsibilities Committee.
Secretary of Greek Affairs Will Lieber.
This is referred to the Powers and Responsibilities Committee and the Multicultural Affairs Committee. We're now in line for reported appointments. Are there any appointments? Seeing none. We're still in line for special orders of the Senate. Are there any petitions, appointments, applications, or other? The clerk will read. Hearing none. We are now in line for the motion period. Senator Bass.
Point of personal privilege.
Yep, you can come forward. Are there any consent requests or other motions from the floor? Senator Moran.
Personal privilege.
You can step forward. Senator Holgate.
I move to add Senator Revel to the Finance Committee.
There has been a motion to add Senator Revel to the Finance Committee. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Any other motions from the floor? Senator Helms?
I motion to withdraw SBL 108.
There has been a motion to take SBL 16 from the table. Is there a second? Is there a second?
Second.
It has been seconded, and all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Senator Helms, you may step forward to speak on it.
Really quick, you guys have already seen this one. It's been a while. This was the athlete of the week for Afram Mahmood based this summer. He's unable to receive it because he was across the country doing the swimming championship, and tonight he's at 2 years. But so it's been on the table, and I'm just taking it off. But I'll have any questions or answer any questions if you have any.
Senator Helms, just the questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none.
I'm in the previous question.
There has been a motion to previous question. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Continuing on the motion period, are there any other motions from the floor? Seeing none, we'll now dispense with the motion period. Excuse me, is there a motion to dispense with the motion period?
I move to dispense with the motion.
There has been a motion by Senator Abdulina. Is there a second?
Second.
Without objection, we'll now dispense with the motion period. We're now on the call of introduction of new bills, resolutions, and recommendations. The clerk will read.
SBL 10835 introduced by the Student Services Committee, a bill to require delegation members to create a delegation outreach project.
Senator Bass, is a representative thereof, is recognized to speak on the bill.
Hey guys. Sorry, Senator Bass had to leave early, but so basically this bill, we just wanted delegations to basically do more. Right now we hold meetings and we do things, but I don't really think we actually talk to our constituents very much. So this would just make each delegation have to do a project. So we wanted to make the project specific, but as we realized that different delegations are in different schools and they require different things, we left it vague. So each delegation shall be required to complete an outreach project. This project shall be determined by the
Second delegation meeting, potential projects may include emails, tabling, surveys, suggestion boxes, others. So this could be like President Parks was saying that they have several surveys that his cabinet members and maybe the secretaries are coming up with. We could take those then and table in our schools and basically get more information from our constituents, what they want to see legislation-wise or change on campus. So with that, I yield the floor.
Senator Arduino yields to questions. Are there any questions? Senator Toller?
Would you be open to passing this by acclamation?
Yeah.
I move to pass SBL 10835 by acclamation.
There has been a motion by Senator Toller to pass SBL 10835 by acclamation. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Continuing in the first reading calendar, the clerk will read.
SBO 10836, introduced by the Senate Finance Committee, a recommendation to commit the Senate Finance Committee to allocate funds to student organizations.
Senator Holgate, you're recognized to speak on the recommendation.
All right, guys, so this is our final allocation of the semester. So the first group is Iris. They're going to have their fall formal. We allocated $2,100. South Carolina Trump Association, they're bringing in a trumpet player who's going to perform a concert, and he's going to teach a couple lessons. And then dance marathon, that's so they can go to a leadership conference. Pretty straightforward. If there are any questions, I plan to pass this by acclamation. So if there are any questions, I move to pass SBL 10836 by acclamation.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. SBL 10836 passes. Continuing on in the first reading calendar, the clerk will read.
SBO 10837, introduced by the Athletics Committee, a resolution to honor Sean Kelly as Athlete of the Week for April 10, 2016.
Senator Helms, you're recognized to speak on the resolution.
Okay, so this is the last athlete of the week for this term. It's for Sean Kelly. He's a senior at the University of South Carolina men's golf team. This past weekend, he tied for 10th at the SEC Championships, which is his best career finish at any SEC championship he's participated in. He posted a 3-day score of 215, which is 5 over. His April 16th score, which was Saturday, he was 2 under, which was the top score for the Gamecocks mini golf tournament, as well as one of only 7 under par rounds posted in the entire SEC championship that day. So yeah, just honoring him and his performance of the SEC championship this past weekend. And I yield for questions.
Senator Helms yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. This legislation is referred to the Athletics Committee. Continuing on in the first reading calendar, the clerk will read.
SBO 10838, introduced by Senator Holgate, a bill to allocate funds for the student government fund for the fiscal year 2016-2017.
Senator Holgate is recognized to speak on the bill.
All right, guys, so yeah, I know this looks familiar. This is the student government budget bill. It's the one with corrections that we've already addressed. So if there are any questions?
Senator Holgate yields to questions. Are there any questions? Senator Sobelman.
I move to pass the budget bill by unanimous consent.
There has been a motion to pass SBL 10838 by acclamation. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. SBL 10838 passes. Continuing on the first reading calendar, the clerk will read. Hearing none, that completes the call for new bills, resolutions, and recommendations. We are now on the call of the uncontested calendar. The clerk will read.
SBO 10813, introduced by Senators Miskin, Selesky, Stewart, Aldomino, Bass, and Moran, a resolution to support the establishment of Swipe Out Hunger by Carolina Homelessness Outreach.
Senator Miskin, you are recognized to speak on the resolution.
Hi, I spoke on it 2 weeks ago, but it would just support Carolina Homeless Outreach in their efforts to establish Swipe Out Hunger on campus, and it would just show Sexo that the student body supports the move. I yield to questions.
Senator Miskin yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, the question is passage of SBL 10813. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. SBL 10813 passes. Continuing on the call of the uncontested calendar, the clerk will read.
SBL 10833, introduced by the Senate Finance Committee, a recommendation to permit the Senate Finance Committee to allocate funds to student organizations.
Senator Holgate, you're recognized to speak.
So I went over this one last week, so I yield the questions.
Senator Holgate yields to questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, the question is passage of SBL 10833. Does the student body president find this recommendation favorable?
Very favorable.
The student body president finds this very favorable. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. SBL 10833 passes. Continuing on the call of the uncontested calendar, the clerk will read. Hearing none, that completes the call of uncontested bills and resolutions. We are now on the call of the contested calendar, the clerk will read. Hearing none, that completes the call of contested bills and resolutions. We're now in line for a period of open discussion. Does any senator wish to bring a matter of discussion before the body? Is there a motion to dispense with open discussion period? Senator Newman moves to dispense with open discussion period. Is there a second?
Second.
Without objection, so ordered. We're now in line for a period of announcements. Are there any announcements from the floor? Senator Stewart. Any other announcements from the floor? All right, I have a couple of announcements. Hopefully you received my notification yesterday. I did call a special session for this Monday, the 25th at 5:30, just so you can kind of plan your schedule. This should hopefully be a quick meeting. We'll just be going straight into special orders with possibly the approval of President Parks' cabinet nomination. So hoping to have you guys in and out in about 15 minutes is the goal and hope. Please let me know if you have any issues. But like I said, it's gonna be very quick. It wouldn't be like a typical meeting. But I'm here if you do have any questions about that. Other than that, like the other executive officers have said, have a great summer. We'll be convening until the fall. It has been an absolute privilege to lead you guys so far. I'm very, very excited for the rest of the term. We're already accomplishing so much, and I know that going forward, the student body has a lot to look forward to with this group of senators. So with no further announcements, is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Has been a motion to adjourn by everyone. Is there a second?
Second.
Without objection, the Senate will now stand adjourned until next fall. Excuse me, I would like to, it's adjourned until Monday, April 25th. Sorry to break hearts. See you Monday.
Are we gonna meet Monday after? No, we're. Yeah.